Our guest is on her way. I was really nervous and excited, but also I just, I really wanted to perform so well and just like ask all the right things and really like have the super interesting conversation. I'm just in my head, I'm so angry at myself that I just kind of, I don't know, I just felt so slow and so unintelligent today. I hope that it's just me being me and being overly critical and
It is.
That is the space that we have been recording in today for another episode of the LOVEdit podcast. This time with Julia Kuczyńska, aka Math Fashion.
Całkiem się schowałaś za mikrofonem. Smacznej kawusi.
No, a teraz musimy zacząć od początku. It's windy at Heathrow and you don't hear me. Flight is delayed by half an hour. I hope it won't get delayed more because I still need to catch the other flight to Cracow. I'm going to Cracow because Gryn invited me to be a guest on his podcast called LECIMY, which is, I think, an amazing opportunity for me. I've never really been fangirling about Rob just because I didn't really know his story, but I started doing some research and let me just say, he's so impressive with what he has achieved and how he handles his business, and I'm really excited to actually sit opposite him and kind of soak in that energy that he, I think, gives off.
Gryn zaprosił mnie jako gościa do swojego podcastu.
Koza, nie płacz, spokojnie, nic się nie stało.
Nic nie słyszę.
Bo nie ma zasięgu, jesteśmy w gondolce.
I'm waiting for boarding, which is gonna commence in like, what, 15 minutes? I'm hungry. And I bought it at Leon. It's like this healthy fast food chain in the UK, but it's porridge with cashew milk, so it's like lactose free, which is important to me, seeds and blueberries. So yeah, that's a healthy option, and it costs like $2.95, which is 15 zloty, which, if you know London, and like, well, no, this is actually a really good price because I'm gonna be full on it like until the evening, I guess. There's two things that you won't catch me eating this if I wasn't the person who prepared it. The first thing is jajecznica, like scrambled eggs. I like my eggs really dry and really well done. And the second thing is actually porridge, because I like my porridge very thick. So normally I would make it slightly thicker than this, but this is actually on the good side. So the only thing that's lacking here is like I would love some more honey, but this is really good. It's like 8 out of 10. Fun fact, I always carry a metal drinking straw with me. I think I need to start carrying like an eco-friendly spoon, although I guess this plastic is kind of renewable. I don't know. I'm in Cracow. Today in the morning I have been recording with Gryn, but yeah, I didn't even really have a chance to record anything because everything was just such a rush. Now I'm going to eat something because I literally haven't eaten anything since yesterday. It is snowing. Who would have thought that it sometimes snows in winter, right? Good morning. It's past 12 and checkout was at 11. Anyway, before I leave, I made a slight mess, but I really wanted to show you the apartment because I know that a lot of like people in the summertime when there is the Cracow Life Festival, whatever. There's the bathroom where I made a mess with my cosmetics. The bed, and that's where my head was. I didn't know it was like rectangular. Then yeah, we have a TV here. Another TV. Empitska's artwork. Seating area. Desk area. Small kitchen. Another table. A little bit of my mess again. And my reflection. I need to do a quick skincare routine and pack all my mess up because I need to leave. I'm at Cracow airport and I'm about to board my flight. Well, not yet. I still have to go through security, but yeah, I'm flying back to Heathrow via Warsaw, so we'll see if today goes without any delays. But to be honest, I really don't know if I'm going to London. Like, it just makes me sad. I don't want to go back. And I feel like I just want to stay in Warsaw, and I am really seriously considering taking the flight to Warsaw and just calling file and not taking the flight back to London. It's just this kind of intuitive feeling inside of me that tells me not to go back. I feel so creative and I feel like I have so much energy to do and create content, and in London I know that it will just die the second I land. I have a love-hate relationship with London. I think it's a beautiful city, but truth be told, I hate being there. I feel like all my potential is dying away when I'm in London. Well, this is not something that I would normally say on camera. Hey everyone, I am in Gdańsk in the north of Poland. After my micro mental breakdown, I just felt like that needed a little more clarification. Like, those were partly tears of happiness because a lot of things are happening in my life right now, and I initially didn't want to share these things with a wider public. Like, I told my closest friends, not even all of them, just a few of them, like file notes, just because, you know, I was spending 2 weeks with him basically. I told my mom. I was just very overwhelmed because, as I said in the, like, when I was standing in front of the airport in Cracow, is like, I love London. Like, it's a beautiful city. There is a lot of cool things to do, but it's just not a place for me, a person who, you know, I hate waking up early, but I really want to, like, have the incentive to wake up at 5 a.m. and just, like, work 16 hours straight, because I'm that type of a person. I'm a workaholic, and I like to spend my time actively working for something that I'm very passionate about. And in London, there is nothing, like, I've tried, you know, kind of doing my projects there, but it's not the same. I think that there is so much to do locally for me, like in Poland, where I've already built some sort of entrepreneurial infrastructure for me and for myself. As I explained before, I felt like I've had so much energy and creative incentive in me, like whatever, that I didn't want to go back, and I didn't. When I landed in Warsaw, I went to the LOT Polish Airlines desk and I just told them to please strike me off of the passenger list. The whole week up until that point on Wednesday where I was leaving Cracow, which is basically around the time where I was filming the first part of this vlog, which I called Rise and Sue, which is the Sue show number 3. The weirdest things happened basically in 2 days. Well, no, in 3 days. So on Thursday, I had a meeting in the morning. It was very close to Raffles. So I ordered an Uber to drive up to the Raffles Hotel in Warsaw where I wanted to wait for it. But it was raining. It was snowing. My Uber was still taking 10 minutes. I figured I would wait inside. So I went past the windows for the second time. And I saw my friend in the window, and like, she waved at me. I walked into the bar to say hi. She was on the phone. She pointed her hand at the armchair and basically implied that I should sit down. Turns out she was in the middle of a meeting, but yeah, she didn't mind. I met the person she was meeting. Turns out the person she was meeting is a real estate investor. I've said it in Rob Gryn's podcast because he actually asked me, which is the first time I really talked about it, but I have been working on a software for the past few months. It's kind of confidential, and you know, I'm just trying to be sensible about it, so I don't really talk about it. Not even my friends know, like, not most of them don't. And you know, from word to word, like, without really saying anything, they just like asked me what I'm up to, where I'm going. I said that I have a meeting regarding this and that. They asked some basics about the software, and he got so interested. He was like, yeah, I know these amazing people who are tech investors. You should meet them because they could be seriously interested in your software project. So I know that this is probably not going to happen in terms of, like, they're not going to give me their money because these things never really work out like that. Still, you know, without even trying to get anything in motion, I got this opportunity, which was like already so weird Then I went to an actual meeting regarding the software, like with this guy who's a seasoned entrepreneur, like a tech entrepreneur, and we were supposed to talk like organizational structure and some other important stuff. And he was late. His Uber or whatever was taking super long because the traffic was terrible. And I was checking my emails, and suddenly I noticed that I had an email from an actual Forbes editor from London. I checked like his whole background if this was legit because I thought it was fake. Turns out Forbes, well, I wanted to say was, they still are, but I'm sure that it's not going to happen. Like for 99%, it's not going to happen this year for me. Basically, they notified me that they're considering me for the 30 under 30 Europe list for 2020, which would be so huge for me because it's always been my dream to be on that list. So yeah, I've had my ups and downs regarding that moment as well, just because I felt like, you know, I was this little kid and they were holding like dangling, you know, this super awesome shiny toy in front of my eyes, and I could not have it because I just felt like I still need a year to, you know, to get to the point where I really feel like I deserve that. Like I deserve to be on that list. I mean, of course I would be super happy, but I just feel like I still need to put in a little more work into getting on that list. I initially didn't want to share this just because I don't like sharing things that are not certain, but then I decided that maybe I should share it because sometimes things are just not that black and white. And to be honest, it took me 2 weeks to get to the point where I really think that even if I don't make the list, the European 30 under 30 list by Forbes this year, I think it's still a huge thing that they even noticed me. Like I didn't nominate myself, you know, like I never talked to them even. Like I would have never thought that Forbes knows who I am. So that was huge for me. Then I went on Saturday. I had the best day with Mona from Glove and like 2 other amazing entrepreneurs who are doing big things on a global scale. And I just, you know, we had breakfast and I just felt like, oh my God, this is like, I'm winning in life just sitting here and, you know, being able to talk to them. And it kind of felt like I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. The same day I went back to London, and not even 24 hours later, I got a text. My friend gave Gryn my telephone number because he wants to invite me for like to his podcast. And if I can come to Cracow, and I was like, yeah, sure. An hour later, I get a text from Rob, and I'm like, I'm coming. Tuesday morning, we're recording. So, you know, it was just a lot. And I felt like I don't want to sit in a place, which is cool and nice, and like, you know, it's a big city, if there are so many possibilities for development in Poland where I can also be. So that's why I stayed. I finally didn't fly back to London. I'm doing it very soon for 2 weeks probably, and then I'm moving back here permanently just because there are other projects which I really can't talk about at this point, but I'm really excited about them as well. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand that this whole video has a very positive tone, and I hope that you got that. Anyway, good night. Thanks for watching, and thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you don't. See you probably more on Instagram than here, but see you in the next video.